Hi, so let's start at the beginning. We're going to talk about the Feiyu-Tech AK2000. It's a 3-axis gimbal, and that's what we're here to discuss. The box is quite pleasing, good quality packaging materials. I know that doesn't really make a lot of difference to the product, but it gives you the impression that it's properly turned out. I'm just going to show you that it comes with a semi-rigid polystyrene packing case that actually is quite nice. I'll never use it, and I suspect that you wouldn't either. But if you were going, quite a distance with a car or something, this could be quite a useful carrying case. It's more or less what you'd expect. So that was quite pleasing, I thought, but as I say, probably never be used. The gimbal itself is quite pleasing in many ways. It seems to be extremely well manufactured. It's solid, it's machined. These parts all have to slide about for balance, correction and adjustment, and they really do fit very well together. The handle has this pleasing sort of, I have no idea what the material is, it's neither soft nor hard, but you will be obviously, when this is in use, you will be holding this for quite long periods, and it has been thought about, and it is quite agreeable. Two features that, I don't know anything about gimbals. This is my first sensible gimbal. I've got one for the phone, which is also very well made, but has nothing to do with a 3-axis gimbal. A couple of features that it appears that not every other gimbal has is this fairly new 45-degree arm, which takes the whole mechanism away from the back of the camera so that you've got a clear view when you're filming. So that is a big feature in my view. The other thing, of course, is this little sort of these little tripod legs that come off very easily. That's the battery compartment there, so you're obliged to take that off in order to open the battery compartment, no big deal. That is very handy when you are trying to balance the gimbal. If you've taken it apart for transit, put in a backpack or something, when you come to balancing the gimbal, it's very nice that it stands on its own. Apparently they don't all have that either. In addition to that, outstanding features, I'm not really sure. Of course, it's got this this wheel here that allows you to do a number of many things. This wheel will let you do all sorts of things, you see, pan and tilt, and you adjust that from the control panel at the back. My early experience with this control panel was one of considerable frustration. We're all of us these days used to buttery smooth devices that you just tap and slide and everything works beautifully. That's not the case, and it would be a bit unreasonable, I suppose, to expect that from a device at this level. I paid €399 for this, and I bought it I bought it for two reasons. One, that I saw a review by Brandon Lee, or Brandon Lai, I'm not quite sure how he pronounces his surname, and it impressed me considerably. He didn't rave about the gimbal. He said it was a very good entry-level gimbal and would serve me well if I chose to buy it, and it has. However, it does come with some frustrations, and they are largely with the controls. I don't find the little buttons. I'll show you this in close-up detail later on, although if you're interested in a gimbal, you will have doubtless seen them elsewhere. They are not, I found the early stages of using this gimbal frustrating. I believed the gimbal to be capricious. Now, that's possibly a little bit unreasonable because it's a learning curve. It's quite a steep learning curve when it's your first gimbal. And so we could say that a lot of the problems are down to the fact that I don't adjust well to new technology. It takes me, I've found this a little overwhelming. And they're, I'm sure, awfully nice Chinese people who have quite a lot of difficulty putting everything in English for our consumption. And I found their website, their official website, not easy to navigate, not user-friendly at all. And the app that you download to work the gimbal is really very frustrating, not easy, not user-friendly. Or perhaps it's just because I'm not a sort of 15 to 19-year-old male. If you're doing this all the time, perhaps it's very easy, but I find the app actually a bit of a nightmare. Let's see what we can do with this. Let's see if it'll do. Yes, it will, you see. So that's not too bad, is it? Look. But to get this loaded onto my mobile phone has been very, very difficult. However, I'm not prepared to badmouth the gimbal or the company. It's probably me. So let's start dealing with some of the little bits and pieces. One of the features that appears to be unusual on gimbals, and this one has it, is what is known as infinity roll. The Feiyu-Tech people don't seem to make a big deal out of the fact that this gimbal will do the infinity roll, and what I'm going to try and do now is show you how that works. So you fire up the gimbal, you saw it come into life there. I'll take these legs away. You put the gimbal, I wonder how you can best see this. I'll do it like this and I hope you can see it. You put the gimbal fairly level, if you can, and then you tap the top left button on the control panel 3 times. 1, 2, 3, and that goes into all follow mode. And then you simply, with the joystick, turn it to the left or right, whichever way you want it to roll. And there you have it. It will do a complete circle. And it apparently is not present on every gimbal that you buy today. So again, that's just something entry level, 399 euros, cheaper than any of the others, the big competitors, and it does that. Now, in honesty, I'm not clear, I'm not sure how useful that will be, or whether in fact if you used it too often in your videos your audience would become a bit vertiginous, which I'm assured is a word, but it can do it. And so we're going to see as time goes by how many of these features I'll be able to usefully employ. Let me apologise for the dreary footage that I've asked you to look at. I was in Toulouse for other reasons and happened to take this with me thinking I might be able to get a little bit of footage, try it out. I really hadn't. I had read the instructions, I tried at home here a couple of things, didn't seem to sort of make a lot of sense. This is capable of vibrating quite violently at times if it's out of balance, so you've got to quickly go into the payload settings. I don't really want to go through all that because this is not a tutorial and it's not really a review either, because how can I review a gimbal if I don't own or have experience of 3 or 4 other makes? It's not really valuable, is it? And from the point of view of a tutorial, I mean, if I got comments on the video saying, yeah, show us how to do this or show us how to do that, I might try, I might attempt that, but it's not really what I do because there are always others on YouTube that do it so much better than I ever can. So there we have it. Yeah, so the footage of me in a car park in Toulouse, it was a cold day, you can see it's raining. I'd gone out of the car park thinking I'd go around a bit of sort of central Toulouse and do a little bit of filming, and didn't get very far before I lost the will to carry on. So a little bit of going up and down stairs and not very much else. So not too interesting. I'm hoping that things will get a little bit more lively as time goes by. At about this point in most of my videos, I would be saying, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video and that it was helpful or useful, and that if you liked it, would you consider subscribing? But in all honesty, in all good conscience, I can't ask you to subscribe to this channel because, let's face it, my videos are pretty weak. I'm trying to get better. I'm trying to improve all the time, but at this moment I know that my channel is basically a failure. Let's see if I can get it better. One thing though before you go, and that is if you have a gimbal, if you've got one of the competition's gimbals, I'd like to actually know. I know they all ask you to leave a comment below. They don't give a flying fuck what you think, but I actually do, certainly on this occasion. I would like to know what your experiences of gimbals are. Are the competition, the competitive makes, are they any better with user-friendly instructions or the user manual, or how you have to go onto their websites in order to get upgrades and all that sort of thing? I found that all very frustrating, and it's stopping me raving about this gimbal. I'm very pleased with many aspects of it, but the user side of it has not been a walk in the park. And I found that frustrating, and I get disappointed with myself and my abilities to take on board new toys and new technology. But this one has been, well, almost like the drone, really. I mean, the drone wasn't something that I got to grips with easily, and as a result, I tend not to use it. I mean, I've lost the thing a couple of times, I've crashed it innumerable times, but that again is more my fault than the the drone. Thanks for stopping by. I'm delighted that you took the time to listen to this. See you soon. Bye.